Balls. What is this, the lighting here? Holy shit, it's like legal, illegal. You have to deal with that shit. I mean, fuck. I'm parked under a pole like a Jersey tranny hooker. I don't even know what that means. Anyways, I hope you're doing well. Did you have a good day? Did you? Did you have a good day? Did you? Good. Good. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. As a little guy in a Corolla, I hope you're doing well. You're doing good. Good. All right. We got a special cigar. Unbanded Robusto. A very uniformly grippy, and not like sandpaper, but grippy. It almost looks like it has fuzz, and I don't mean mold or anything like that, but the tobacco itself has a texture that I don't normally feel. That type of, really, that's fucking unique, and it's almost freaking me out. And it's not mold at all. It just has this soft but grippy texture to this. And this is undisclosed at Boynton Beach Smoke Inn, which is a tremendous shop, and it's connected to the Smoke Inn website, which they have a gigantic warehouse and they sell cigars online. So the owner of that place and multiple other shops and his warehouse and his online stuff, he has a lot of connections with like all these different companies, you know, David Fuente, Perdomo, whatever, and Dunbarton. Like Steve Saka is constantly making cigars just for his shop, you know, like small batch, 1,000 cigars, 500 cigars, and he has them for his VIP section. So really interesting. So if you're ever over there, go to the lounge, go inside the gigantic humidor. I mean, it's really like it's the size of a good apartment in New York City. The lounge and the humidor, and then there's a locked area. I mean, like a room is locked, like a vault, and you go in there, and they have really high-end stuff. But then there also is limited production stuff, mostly unbanded, and they'll have little signs. And this was called MFTB, My Father Test Blend. Now, my father didn't want this banded or to be called My Father. That's what it said on it. It basically, because it was a small batch, but basically, it said something about tobacco. They were aging, and I don't know if I'm fucking confused when I read that. Like, was he aging tobacco and my father made it for him, or they had some, who the fuck knows? The bottom line is it's going to be interesting smoking a cigar made by my father that is completely small batch. And is it just gonna, if it just takes like a regular my father, you go, okay, this is just gonna be a good mid-tier cigar. I don't know about the smell. I can't go by smell right now. Well-made cigar, evenly packed, very nice. Check out Smoke Inn. Here we go. A soft, gentle heat. I can't stress it enough. You know, I like to take my time, warm these things up. There's no rush. This cigar waited years for me. Tobacco, aging, rolling cigars. Production, aging room, and then waiting. I've been waiting for a cigar like you. I've been waiting for a cigar like you. My love. I've been waiting. No rush. Are you doing well? I hope you're doing well. Cigar feels heavy for a Robusto. It's got a very full pack. These matches suck. Very light. These matches are very light. Here we go. Oh, what a perfect draw. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Oh, that doesn't feel or taste like a regular My Father's cigar. This cigar has a message. That's a unique cigar. And my father, I'm not saying they don't make unique cigars, but most of the cigars are not unique compared to my father, meaning my father is not a brand that makes blends all over the place like CAO or even LFD. You can go from their crazy light stuff, to all the way down to double Ajeros in between with the Bold, 25th, and LG. What a very diverse brand as far as different things, concepts. My father really makes strong, 3/4 strength, darker and I like younger Nicaraguan tobacco. Like they're more abrasive, but I'm not saying in a bad way. But I mean, if you want stronger Nicaraguan cigars, whereas like Perdomo, their cigars like, oh, we have 6-year tobacco in this, or we have 10-year tobacco in this, we got 12-year tobacco in it. You never see my father doing that. They make stronger cigars, but I think part of their strength is just younger fucking tobacco. I'm not saying it's so young tobacco it's not good. I'm saying it's just a different. If you ask, hey, who makes stronger cigars, my father or Perdomo? It's my father. But yeah, Perdomo making or listing all the cigars a lot more age. So, this cigar is a winner. I'm trying to process this small batch cigar that's not a bullshit cigar. It was designed by the owner of Smokin', and who has his website and stores, Abe. And I've only talked to him, I think, coming and going, like, hey, what's up? I don't think I really hung out and talked to him. But I'm there mostly later in the shops, too. Great smoke output, long, heavy finish. It's medium full off the bat. These are all solid things which we like to see out of Nicaraguan cigars. 70% darkness. So it's on the darker side, but it's not like pitch black, going full AJ where you're like, licking volcanic Nicaraguan mud. Bizarre, but it works. What a fucking bizarre. I'm so glad I bought this cigar. This was $8. If you're in there, and I think there was no limit, I think. At least buy a couple if you could. If you like my father's cigars, this is totally different than anything they make. This cigar is a fucking winner from the get-go. This is fun, but strong, but very different than what my father does. My father makes a lot of good, strong cigars, but they're generally not fun. It's just fucking like lively. The power is there. It's very heavy, but the flavor's like, and the flavor's moving. I like that. I like when flavor moves, not just in one spot. It's like if you were in a room with a beautiful woman and you're doing your thing, and then she gets up like, "Where you going?" She's like, "Come and get me," and she's running around. And you're like, "Oh shit!" You're tripping over the couch, and I don't know whatever the fuck. You grab a Gatorade to rehydrate, and whatever the fuck. You're like, "This is like, fun. The flavor's moving. This flavor's moving all over the place." With consent. But the point is, long, heavy finish. We'll get to the flavor. I'm still processing how crazy this fucking cigar is. I can't believe this is my father. I really can't believe this is my father's cigar. I gotta say something for my father, which normally doesn't happen on my father's cigars. This is extremely nutty. You gotta get a lot of earth. And if you love black pepper, you're gonna love most of my father's cigars. You don't normally get really rich roasted nuts. But I mean, like, there's a twanginess to this. Like funky. This has got like a sour, puckering, oof, like fermented choach, like oof, mustiness. You're like, oof, gotta let this thing breathe. Oof. Oof, were you in the sauna for 2 hours? Oof. He said, why don't you go take an ice bath, baby? He said, oof, not on. But no, it works with the cigar. So funky, mustiness, sour puckering, but really, really strong, nutty flavor. And there is black pepper and red pepper, but it's there hanging out. It's giving it to you, but it's not trying to be the boss, which is interesting. It's not the pepper, the spice is there, but it's not. So it's complementing it, and you can still taste the other notes. So it has some balance, which I love my father's cigars, and they're like a good, affordable, mid-tier brand. Or they used to be before they started making $40, $50, $100 cigars. But they used to be from the smaller Les Bijous, like $6, $6.99. To like $12 on the size, bigger sizes or whatever, or the Judge, whatever, but a good brand overall didn't make any bad cigars, Jaime Garcia, and it just made good mid-tier stuff, reliable, it's almost like if Fuente was a Nicaraguan brand and like my father would be that, but in the mid-tier section, good price points, good boxes, good bands. The cigars always worked, and they were enjoyable. But I mean, they had the limitations. They weren't the best cigars, my father. But at the time when I was really smoking like my father, let's go back 10 years ago, or even like more than 5, like 7, 8 years ago in New York, I could smoke with my father for like $6, $7 back then, or Padron, 64, 26 for, at the time, $12 to $15, So I could smoke 2 my father Robustos or a smaller Padron. So that's where my father had a lot of value. You could hang out for 2-3 hours or more, smoking 2 Toros for like $14. You're hanging out with the guys. So the point is, though, what is my point? Memories are there just to remind you that every moment you're going through right now, it's just a chapter in your life. Whether it's good or bad. If it's good, embrace that chocha, baby. It's not going to last. You're not going to have it forever. Especially with modern women, it's not your woman. It's just your turn. It's like an Uber or what was that other thing, Toro, where you rent a car or a lease. Nobody in this society stays together till you die. I don't know what happened. Like, I grew up watching Terminator 2, and like Terminator went to the end. He even gave a thumbs up going down to the lava. For better or worse, death do us part. Like, it was like people were so loyal. Like, wow, you get eaten by lava. Death do us part. Now people, hey, we don't like the same Netflix shows. This isn't working out for me, John. And yeah, so it is what it is. Like, our society's a piece of shit, And that's all I can say. And I'm not going to go on for that as a man that's small, as a small guy that I'm worried about getting beat up. You know what I'm saying, though? Someone's just going to fucking come in here and just beat the shit out of me. And I'm terrified of that. I don't have anything with me either. Do I have anything? No. Nothing. All right, I got one thing. Extra mag. Two extra boxes of shells. What can I do, though? I'm fucking vulnerable. The point is this. Fucking vulnerable. What a fantastic cigar. I love this cigar. Great construction, but who cares? Great construction is always a plus, and you want that. Great burn's a plus. At the end of the day, though, how does it taste? How does this taste? How does this taste? We're at medium full. This cigar has put me in such a good mood that I don't even care about reviewing the cigar anymore. That when you watch my reviews, watch Richie, not the cigar. Like, when I'm really happy when I'm smoking a cigar, that means it's making me happy. If I'm getting eclectic and I'm bringing up memories and deep thoughts while I'm smoking it, this cigar's doing a lot for me. If I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what, it's got really good structure, good burn. I don't know what the message is, or, it's good tobacco. It doesn't feel like shitty young tobacco. It's acidic or green. It's pretty smooth, but the blend choice or whatever it is, their soil they're growing in, whatever it is, I don't love it, and I barely like it. But still, sometimes there's nothing worse than a cigar that's made well, priced right, burns right, draws right, and I have no connection with it. You know what I'm saying, though? It's like if you had a nice-looking girl wanting a date, and you go home with her, and she lays there like a fucking starfish, and you're like, nice girl, but you're like, I couldn't do this the rest of my life. Unless you like fucking starfish, I don't know. Black coffee coming in the mix. Extremely nutty. Slightly earthy, but really not that much earth compared to like other My Fathers. The nuttiness is so impressive. So it has a level like cigar. Feels like sophisticated. The way it's blending, and how smooth it is to complex. And the fact that it has the black and red pepper without being so overdone. It's like layered within it. And the long finish. But holding that smoke, it's a 3/4 strength, but it's a beautiful blend, and it's like semi-bold, but all the flavors added up. It's more than just the notes. I'm telling you, it's the experience. This experience of the cigar from the first puff is like, and it's burning slow as a motherfucker, but the whole experience. What it's doing to my mind, it's almost like when you listen to like rap music, what do most people want to do? Get into a fight or do a fucking drive-by, or you listen to rock music, people want to party. You listen to death metal, satanic music, people are sacrificing fucking rabbits, which don't do that. You know what I'm saying, though? Or you listen to relaxing music. Maybe you go for a walk and listen to Bob Dylan, and I don't know, and you're having a peaceful drive, It ain't me, babe. It ain't me that you're looking for, babe. Something peaceful. You know what I'm saying, though? The times they are a-changing. Something peaceful, man, So what I'm saying is, just as music, all music is a vibration. And vibration is the spaces in between. When you think about people playing music, it's really not the notes you're hearing. It's the notes that you're not hearing. The spaces in between. Because chords are mathematical progressions, right? Like a C and F. Well, an F chord is four positions higher than C, so it's a movement. If you understand about scales and everything, it's a 1 to 4. But F to C, if you're playing the key of F, it's a 1 to 5. So the same two chords, depending on how you start them or how you end them. Or if you could start a song in the key of C, but start off with an F chord. So in a way, you're starting off with the fourth movement, but at the same time, when you go from F to C in the key of C, that's like from 1 to 5. But the F's not going to be dominant because we're going to end the song on C. So therefore, we're starting off with the 4, not the 1. Does that make any sense? Picture when you're playing, and put it this way, chords. In the end, one chord has to be the dominant. That's the key. So if you're in the key of C, that's home base. Whenever we come back to C, everything's okay. But we can't stay here forever, though, because it'd be boring. We got to go somewhere. We going up? We going down? All right, we're going back and forth real quick, real slow. You see what I'm saying, though? And then this major and minor keys. Minor keys, as opposed to, people getting locked up on Chris Hansen show. We're not talking about minor keys. Minor keys is a major key, but you lower the third. And when you lower the third note in that scale, it goes from really a happy frequency to a melodic sadness. It changes the vibration. However, though, there's nothing more positive listening to music going from a minor chord back to its root major. And how do you know if you're in the key of C? You have C, right? D, E, F, G, A. A minor, the sixth position of every major, the sixth position is the relative minor. So A minor, the sixth position, has the same notes to let you know it's okay. The spaces in between as the key of C. So A minor, C. And the only difference is, in a chord, you'd have 1, 3, and 5. C, E, G. And to play the relative minor, all you got to do is play the 1, 3, and 6. So instead of C, E, G, you have C, E, A. Now it's inverted, because in reality, A minor is A, C, E. Ace. But whether it's C, E, A, or A, C, E, it's the same chord. But when you play inversions of the same chord, it will have a different higher or lower pitch in the same frequency. Because A minor is always A minor, and no one knows you played the wrong chord, because it is the right chord. But depending where you play it on the instrument, the higher you go, you could have A minor much higher, or A minor super fucking low. You know what I'm saying, though? So, my point is this. This cigar's fucking taking me to a place where I'm giving you mathematical patterns with my fingers, showing you musical scales and shit that you don't need to know or realize that I know about these things. I'm a professional piano player, and that's how I afforded to own a Corolla at 40 years old. But I have a giant 8-inch cock. I got things going for me. My credit score is pretty good. I got guns, and legally. So hey, you know what? I got things going for me, motherfucker. We're back. Great construction, great draw. We're gonna get rid of that ash. Time to go. I don't want to go. That ash just went. Now, still a solid medium full. We're gonna see that first puff though. Without all that insulation cooling that cherry down. Here we go. Just a little more robust. Oof. A little more. If you hold the ash for a long time, it will cool that cherry down. And might be where you want, or whatever, or just give yourself a different experience. I really enjoyed this cigar. And I wish my father had this as a regular release. As far as like in their mid-tier lineup, if this was there, I would choose this. I would even choose this over the Bijou. Like, this cigar is phenomenal. It's about 70% darkness, so not as dark as the Bijou. But it's not so much dark earth. When you have a cigar with a lot of dark earth, you kind of take over the blend. So there's just a little bit of earth, and the black and red pepper's there. It's enough to make it robust, but it's not overdone. The nuttiness is phenomenal. Along the way, you have some nice rich cedar notes coming too. But the way the cigar is hitting and the way the flavor is moving, more lively, that's not something you normally get on more heavy Nicaraguan cigars, especially if they're more stronger, especially going with younger tobacco. You know, like for example, the Perdomo cigars, which they have a lot of those tobacco blends have cigars with a lot of age on those tobacco. Some 6 years, some 12 years, some 15 years, and those cigars, I like the 15. I like the 30th anniversary with the 15 years. But I just like that blend. But there are other cigars. Their flavor's not lively. So my point is, and I don't know, my father, the flavor is stronger than like a Perdomo, but it's not. I just like. It's almost like you have sound and then echo. Echo is like the sound going away from you, but it's still there, and how it reverbs, and how the flavor feels when I'm puffing, and then after I release it, the finish and everything else, and then how you mentally absorb this cigar, and what is it making you feel like, and everything, and it's all good. It's all fun. It's enjoyable. So this is a fun, semi-strong cigar, but the flavor is just lively, really enjoyable. Like I could smoke this in the afternoon or nighttime. Probably definitely not a morning smoke. It's gonna be a 4.7 on this experience, and I would at $8.50. I would really choose this in this day and age. Who needs a band? Who needs a box? I mean, these cigars are coming in. They're in their like library section, in the private section, and they're just stacked up in this like little booth. He might have had maybe 100 of them or something like that. So, but this was a very small batch, and if you're in that Florida area and you're in Smoke Inn in Boynton Beach, definitely try this. Extremely limited, my father. It's not even listed as my father. It's listed as an MB TB. No, MFTB. MFTB. Yeah, I think it was for test blend. Really nice cigar. Really, you see the smile on my face. Just overall, the experience is very positive. And the sad thing is, you're probably never going to have this cigar. There's only one way to try this, and that's you're going to have to be in Florida. And, about 2 hours south of Orlando, you're going to have to go to Boynton Beach. I don't think you could call up and order the cigar. So it is what it is. You're just going to have to know that my father and Smoke Inn and the owner there made this masterpiece, and at with no boxes and no bands, really, you save a lot of money on that shit. Not even cellophane, no sticker on it, nothing. So with all that, the cigar could have been bumped up easily to $12. Because you had the price of the box. A few people in the cigar industry for like regular boxes, like boxes cost them around $10 to produce and everything else. Then you got bands. Most people say $1 to $2 for their bands. Depends how elaborate their bands are. That's cost. Especially if you're ordering from Switzerland, which a lot of brands do. And then you have cellophane. Then you have sticker on the cellophanes, and then you have shipping. Now you have the added weight of all that. On top of that, it's going to be heavier. Price is going to go up, as opposed to just cigars being stuffed in Ziploc bags and bundles being shipped in a cardboard box to the store. I had a lot of fun with this cigar. It was semi-strong, semi-spicy, but a lot of flavor, lively flavor, and not all super dark Nicaraguan flavor. It has, with that 70% darkness, wasn't as impressive if going super dark and or super earthy and tons of like just black pepper, formulaic spice, which is fine, But we've done that. There's so many, you can just get a My Father cigar and you're like, yeah, okay, I know exactly what to expect. And that's fine, but for reviewing or just trying something different, cigar was a winner. Unfortunately, for you, it's a winner that you can't get. Stay fresh. See you around. Stay out of jail. There's no cigars in prison. You can't even have a Glock in prison. Last time I checked, you can't have a Glock in prison. And last time I checked, once you get out of prison, you're not supposed to have a Glock or anything. Some felons get their rights restored. In Texas, felons, I think after a few years, depending what their felony was, if it was a non-violent crime, you would be able to own a firearm only on your property, in your house, for defense, but you wouldn't be able to even take it to the range. That sucks. Hope you have land so you can shoot on your property. Anyways, stay out of trouble. Okay? Not worth it. Be ready for trouble, but don't play the game. Avoid it. You know what I'm saying, though? You don't want to die, but also you don't want to live in prison. There's no chocha there that you want.